I'm Ashish Gaba, founder and CEO of Worify, an AI-first marketing agency based in Dubai. Today, we're going to talk about two things: autonomous AI agents for media buying and infinite creative, doing all the creatives with AI. Before we begin, here's a bit about myself. I am into fashion and I love to travel. And when I'm not working, you will find me traveling around the world. I believe in collecting creative ideas and bringing those back to my work. And I think that's why we're all here today, to learn from each other and share ideas. But one important thing, it's not about the information you have, it's what you do with that. Execution is everything. So let's begin. Three things I want you to leave with today. First, buying that runs itself. Autonomous agents that optimize while you sleep. Second, infinite static creatives, videos, landing pages. And third, this is the promise: a 4-week build plan that you can do all of this by yourself. Let's talk about the job you didn't sign up for. We tell ourselves we're in strategic, in creative business, then we log on our real hours. It's all on the dashboard, posing losers and resizing creatives and doing all this stuff. That's all going to change because manual optimization is not a strategy anymore. It's a bottleneck with a budget. Here's the inconvenient part. While you have been doing all that, all platforms quietly took the controls. Meta's Andromeda is AI engine that recommend people all your ads. And then Google with demand gen with their algorithm. So now it's not more about the strategies, it's more about the creatives. So the issue is when you're doing this manually, you cannot put hundreds of creatives at once. And that changes with AI, which means this. When the machines own targeting, creative is the only lever that left. This is the thesis of the whole talk. The platform jobs is targeting now. Your job, the only job that left to you is the creative that you feed it. If you don't out-target machine anymore, you can out-create it. Here's the statistics. When you launch a new campaign, it reached by 3.6x ROAs in 6 days. And then by day 28, it's in negative ROAs. That's with one creative. So there's a shortage of creative without AI. And creative fatigue, it's not an event, it's a clock. The algorithm wants 50 creatives, but your creative teams need 3 days to make a few of them, and then there's holidays and stuff. Two bottlenecks each every buyer's day. One, the optimization labor, watching dashboards all the time, deciding. And second is the creative production. Creative production used to take weeks working with UGC creators and then just push for the few ads. Now, with AI, you can do all of that. That's what AI fixes. The gap between good and great is not knowledge anymore. It's execution at scale. So, what's the difference between a chatbot and AI agent? For a chatbot, it's just a conversation. And the automations in old ways are just resize me this image, make more strategies and stuff. But the new autonomy, you give the offer, you give the KPI, you tell it what TCPA you want, and AI sets strategies and execute it for you. That's where the media buying is heading today. Quick toolkit. There's not a single best model right now for everything. There's one for each job. For video, C-Dance 2.0, Gemini Omni. For conversation, Claude Opus 4.7 and GPT 5.5. And for image, Nano Banana Pro and GPT Image 2. But one thing, These are the best models today. It can change anytime with the new updates coming to AI so often. So you don't pick the favorite model, you pick the best one for each job and keep looking for upgrades on the new ones. Now let's demystify the word agent, because vendors made it sound like a magic. An agent is just a loop. It observes, read your ad account, decide a model to reason with for your goal, and acts on a tool, repeat on schedule. That's it. Boring. And boring is exactly what you want running with your money overnight. An autonomous agent is not a magic. It's a loop that doesn't sleep. And inside the loop, two pieces. The model is the brain, the tools are their hands. A tool is a function that you let the agent call. A brilliant model without a tool is just a chatbot, and an average model with well-built tool is a worker. Everyone have the same models. Your edge is the hands you built for them. While you're sleeping, here's the account optimization done by AI agent. 2 a.m., it reads every campaign across every account. By 2:05, find the wasted spend line by line. By 2:10, mines 100% of search terms report. And by 2:15, quiz costed proposal for the morning. And the best part, when you start it, agent gives you the data and you approve and reject. You do this for the first few weeks, you train your agent, and then you make it autonomous loop so it can do the safe ones by itself. Now, the honest part. Autonomy without guardrails is just a gambling. The 5 before you build anything clever. One action per cycle. Do audit logs for every single thing your agent do. Reversible operations only, and hard spend and rate caps. And having approval gate at first when you begin. Again, automation without guardrails is not a scaling, it's gambling. And here's why this scales. One partner, every channel, Google Ads, Meta Ads, and Apple Search Ads. Same loop, observe, decide, act, approve. The brain doesn't change from platform to platform, only hand changes. Build the loop, and you build it for every traffic source that have an API. That's bottleneck 1, solved. Now the harder part. Part 2, infinite creatives. First, let's get something out of the way. Cheap is not the point. Generative AI dropped the cost for doing creatives, but you can make 500 random images and they don't work. It's just a mess. That's not a creative engine. It's a reporting nightmare. The real breakthrough is cheap creatives plus a structure. Volume on a framework, not on vibes. Pass, IJA, Fab. When AI writes 100 variations, you pick winners. And the first lab, Creative Lab. 2 things that it does. 1, hyper-real product-in-use photo shoots that usually used to cost $10,000. And 2, 100 variations in less than 10 minutes. Not just the headline swipes, change model, settings, lighting, change the whole world that products lives in. And every variation sit in a framework. Second, the Video Lab. There's so many models for text to image, image to video, UGC spokesperson with avatars, VSL pipelines now. But let's be honest, that's not going to replace your best editors right now. It replaced 30 mediocre test videos you always needed, never had time to make. The floor of your video output just rose to meet the algorithm's appetite. Now let's look at 3 videos that we did. First,
how long were you dealing with the ringing?
11 years. Tried everything, doctors, white noise, all of it. Someone sent me this one video, and within a week, the ringing just Watch the full video.
They all.
This is for a Nutra campaign, and the next one is for iGaming.
Come on. Come on.
Woo! Yeah, yeah. Keep going, keep going. Come on, come on. Yes! Let's go! No way. No way.
And here's for ecom. And the third lab, the lender lab, because ad is only half the funnel. AI builds A/B tests landing pages in hours. What we do is conversion forensics. Ads promise has to match the lender's reality, intent matching. TikTok wants punchy lenders while Google wants logical and evidence-led. Same product, two different angles and compliance per traffic source. If you want high CTR, if you have high CTR and low conversion, it's not a traffic problem, it's a continuity problem in your whole funnel. A great ad pointed at a weak page is just expensive traffic. Here's two verticals, two angles, one afternoon. One is for auto insurance and second is for listicles casino. Same engines, different vertical, different intent, different page. And it took just hours, not weeks to make those. The point isn't the AI made them. The point is which page you serve to. TikTok traffic versus Google search is not a brief anymore. It's a parameter. You change one input and you get a whole new lender on brand framework, on intent. That's what closes the loop between good and the great. Here's what infinite creatives actually means. It doesn't mean infinite garbage. It means infinite coverage. Take one concept that works. You want to market it to 40 markets, localized, not robot translated. You want something that resonates with each region. And that's what AI can do. One winner becomes every market, every language, every format in an afternoon. And one more piece, because this is where most the AI creatives goes wrong. It drifts into generic AI slope. Your style becomes an asset, not an employee. You feed the AI system your best working creatives, the lighting, the framing, the rhythm, and then it learns from that. Part 3. Now the part I want to land on the most. Here's the whole talk in one diagram. At the center, it's the media buying that runs itself. Agents reach performance, sport winning angles, look into fatigue creatives, brief for the new creatives, and then push it to the ads. Now, humans stop being in the loop and start running it. We are above this loop. And here's how it actually gets built. A network of specialists. Each agent has its own slice of work. And at the middle, what we call is Aura, our orchestrator. So Oracle do forecasting and bidding, 14-day curve, and steer budget toward rising returns. Atlas look for audience intel, semantic cluster from first-party signals, and lookalike per platform. Then Spyglass have access to every single ad library, all the Facebook's data, TikTok, and all these posts. And it can learn from that, look into virality, why something got viral. Then Moose. Moose look into data from Spyglass to see what worked before, and it do creative generation based on that. It can generate over 120 variations per concept, auto proves the bottom 80% in 6 hours. And Argus. It watches every spend dollar in real time, look for fraud, anomalies, fatigue. And the response time is less than 60 seconds. Quick case study to ground this. Health and wellness e-commerce brand. Starting point was $10,000 a day in ad spend, and they had ROIs of 1.8. Week 1, we deployed all of our agents approval only with the audits. By week 2, it had created 300 plus variants, 7 winning angles surfaced from that. Week 3, audience refinement, budget reallocation to risers. And by week 4, full loop running 24/7. In 4 weeks, this ROIs went from 1.8 to 5.7. That's huge. During those times, 300 plus variants were tested, and buying time for the media buyer reduced from 8 hours to less than 30 minutes a day. Now, I promise you the honest version. Agents still cannot do 4 things. No taste, no business context unless you give it to. They still can hallucinate, they cannot pick the winning offer, and there are 3 mistakes every buyer makes. These are, they set the agent and forget. They do generic prompts that just means nothing other than an AI slope, and skipping the human review. Whenever you have an agent, you need to review it for first few weeks, make it perfect, and then do autonomous load. Now, so what is human for? Agent didn't take your job. They took the parts you hated most. Surveilling your ad campaigns at 2 a.m., production grunt work. What's still your strategies? Which offer, which market, taste, judgment, relationship with your buyers. You stop being a media buyer in a manual sense and you become a media buying director. Even if you are a solo media buyer, now you can have a team of 6, 10, or whatever amount of agents that you create. One person, just one person can direct a system that does the work for a team. And that's just not me saying. Top AI executives believe that a single person now can even create $1 billion company. If your edge was outworking everyone, your edge is just gone. If your edge is outthinking them, this is the best thing that has ever happened to you. Here's your 4-week build plan. Don't start with the hardest task. Start with the most annoying one. Week 1, build the foundations, connect your ad accounts with MCPs, train the agents on 90 days data. Then deploy one agent for your most tedious tasks. For example, we did it for search term review for Google Ads with audit log on. And then the second week, you can do creative velocity. Try to create over 100 AI-generated creatives, statics based on PAS, IDA, and FAB, and your first batch of AI videos. What you can also do, and that's the best thing, you can style training on your past winners. You may have data of 5 years, 10 years if you are long in the industry. Or you can look into your competitors and feed them your competitors' data. And week 3, it's time for AI-generated landing pages that build for each segment, each signal. One product can have 10 different angles, and you can create landing pages for all of them in less than a minute. You don't need the whole system in next month. You just need one automated task and the pattern, then you start believing in it. Here's a 2-hour setup tonight. Hour 1, the brain. You can create custom GPT or a Claude project. Not on the free plan. Upload your last 3 months ad data. Set the goal, set the KPI. Hour 2, take your best performing creatives, generate 10 variations and launch them tomorrow. Most talks evaporates on flight back home. This one doesn't have to. The gap between idea and execution is now 0. And the future. It's going to be interface free. Logging into ad managers, flipping switches will feel like sending a fax, which no one does anymore. That's the old way. 2 hours of reading breakdown charts. And new way, you just tell AI, look into my account, kill all the negative ROIs campaigns, or you can give it to your SOP so it automatically does based on that. When the burden disappears, only the strategies survive. Your next big breakthrough won't come from a new traffic source. It will come from a speed of your implementation. Let me close where I started. The 2 a.m. account check, the night shift, nobody put that in job description. The point is that you stop being the one awake doing it. Everything I show you tonight, the agents, the 3 labs, the closed loop, is real. We built it. And it's going public this summer. And in this QR code, we gave all our playbook for free. You get agent templates, you get creative frameworks, you get 4-week build plan, and the guardrails. It's all here, and you can scan. Find me after the show, and AI is not coming, it's already here. Thank you.